Hi, Leap to Lead, and welcome to day 24. Today we're going to talk about something that it's really important, and it's a mindset shift. And I think we'll find throughout our Scentsy business, we have lots of mindset shifts, and we have lots of growth when we kind of adopt that growth mindset and try things that are outside of our comfort zone and know that we can learn and grow and change. So today is all about two little letters that make up a big word that packs a punch, maybe, but doesn't have to. Okay? That is the word no. So you will hear no in your time as a Scentsy consultant if you are asking enough people. You are going to want to hear no, because if you aren't hearing no, that means that you aren't asking enough people. So we're going to talk about shifting our mindset so that no doesn't seem so scary. I know some of us had shared earlier, like, oh, the first person I asked said no, and so then I didn't want to ask anyone else, right? It's that feeling that for some reason we take someone else's no as a personal rejection when it isn't. It is something that it's something within themselves that's having them say no. Often it's either they don't have enough information, now just isn't the right time, they're fearful, whatever, right? So think about this. When you go to a restaurant and someone comes, your waitress comes and says, would you guys like an appetizer to start with? And you say, no, thank you. Or you finish your meal and she comes back at the end and says, did you save room for dessert? No, thanks, we're stuffed. The servers are taught to ask those questions because that increases your bill. That's an upsell. So it increases your bill for the restaurant. It's providing great customer service. It's going to increase her tip or his tip, because then you're tipping on that price, right? So they're taught to ask those questions, just like we're taught to ask and share the opportunity with people. But do you think when we tell them, no, we don't want dessert or want an appetizer, they go back into the back and go, oh my gosh, this is it. I quit. I can't do this anymore. They told me they didn't want dessert. No, they go and ask the people at the next table if they want dessert. And maybe those people do. So it's the same when we're asking people to join our team or we're sharing the opportunity. It's, okay, this person says no, on to the next. I have a really good friend, and I think it's a song too, right? But like, that's her saying. So it's like, thank you, next. Like, okay, next. But we're not going to write them off completely. I'll circle back around to that. Okay, so think about that. Maybe give yourself a little bit of a pep talk. If you're going to share the opportunity with somebody, remind yourself that if this person tells you no, that this isn't a good fit for them, it is not a reflection of you or anything that you did wrong. It is something that is happening in their life right now, and now is just not the best time for them. Think about it if you ask somebody and you ask them genuinely and you pay them a compliment, are they going to be mad at you for asking them, for thinking that they would be a great fit for Scentsy, that you would love to have them on the team? Imagine this. Imagine you say to somebody, either in person or through a message, like, oh my gosh, you are so much fun to be around. I think you would love to sell Scentsy. We would love to have you on our team. We have a blast. I know you use the products anyway. You only have to place one order every 4 months to stay a consultant. Have you ever considered giving it a try? Do you think that person's going to say, why would you even ask me that? Right? No, they're going to go, well, that's really nice and flattering. They think I'm fun. They think I'd like it. They want me on their team. And even if the answer ultimately ends up being no, they're not going to feel like you did anything wrong by asking them. Now, what can happen and what does happen is that consultants copy and paste messages I'm not saying any of you guys do it, or any Scentsy consultants even, but consultants from other companies, copy and paste messages. You've all got them. You've all seen them, and that doesn't feel good. So we're not going to be like that. We are going to offer the opportunity genuinely to people who we do want to work with, who we do think would be a good fit, and who love Scentsy or whatever, right? Okay, so here's your homework for today. You're going to either refer to your list of 100, refer to those people who you put a J by their name, and if you haven't already asked them yet, you're going to share the opportunity with them. 5 people. If you've already asked everybody on your list, you're going to still find 5 people to ask. I want you to, in your journal, start tracking who you're asking. There was this time in my life where I was not a good Scentsy recruiter, which I'm still not. Let's just be real. That's not naturally something I'm good at. And I was working with somebody at Scentsy. Lori Willis is her name. She's amazing. You might know her. She's now in compliance, but she was my business analyst. Essentially, she was my coach as superstar directors. Like, as I'm here to help you guys, right? Superstar directors get someone from Scentsy to help us with things that we're needing help with. So there's another reason to go for superstar director and keep working towards it, because you get your very own person at home office to kind of coach you and help you. So I was working with Lori, and I was working on trying to earn an incentive. And as we know, to earn these trips, you have to bring on new team members. Whether you're essential consultant or a superstar director, you have to have sponsoring points. You have to bring on new team members. So I was working with Lori on trying to do this. And what I started doing was keeping track in a notebook of who I asked, what day I asked them, what they said, and that was it, right? So that was some accountability for me, because if those pages were blank, I wasn't asking enough people, and that's why I wasn't growing my team. And then what I could also use that as a tool for was to go back when we had a join special, and if Katie said that she didn't join because it was too expensive, I could share the join special. Or I could share, if I had a host exclusive kit, I could share that with her, because if price was an issue. Or if Becky said that now was just really crazy because she had a senior in high school, I can follow up with her on, towards the end of the year and see how she's doing and check in. And maybe once her senior graduates, that would be a good time, right? So keeping track allows you to follow up and allows you to make sure that you are doing the asking that you need to be doing in order to grow your team. And the other beautiful thing about that is what I found is that many of the people who said no to me eventually ended up joining. Because a lot of times people need to be asked more than once, right? The opportunity, maybe it isn't a good fit at that time. Maybe it's the first time they've considered it, and so the easiest thing to say is no, not for me, nope. But then when you ask them again, maybe they've been watching your social media and seen how much fun you're having, and now they do need the extra money, right? And so always follow up and ask again. Nicole will always say I asked her more than once. Who else is in this group who I personally recruited? And I wonder how many times I asked you, right? So obviously that's not always the case, and we love those people who sign up on the first time. We love those people who say yes right away and jump in with both feet. We love those people who found our workstation miraculously and click join. That's not always going to be the case. We need to keep hustling and keep asking. And we love those people who joined after the 5th time that we asked just as much, right? So when you say no, don't get discouraged. Keep asking. So what we want you to do is think of the 5 people who you can bless this opportunity with. Share with them genuinely why you're asking, and post your responses below to all 5. So you don't have to go into super specifics, but you could say, Sorry, I'm trying to think of names. I don't even know why. But Amy, no. Becky, no. Clarissa, not right now. Daphne, maybe. Let me talk it over. Erica, yes, or whatever, right? And each no that you get is getting you closer to a yes. I promise you. I've been doing this long enough that if you keep asking, you were going to get some yeses. So that's the assignment for today. Ask 5 people. Post in the comments what their response is. You guys are doing great. I know it's scary. If you need a dose of courage or a little pep talk or anything like that, please let us know. We're all here cheering for you and working together. It's been beautiful to see how this group has really come together and supported each other for these past days. And we've got about a week left. So let's finish strong and let's leap to lead.